Every year, 4-Hers are faced with the annual predicament of trying to decide what animal they want to show at the Minnesota State Fair. This decision is a crucial one and should never be taken lightly. But unfortunately, many 4-Hers don't know enough about their animals to feel confident enough to step out of the box and show a different animal, such as a pig or sheep. And the best way to choose an animal is to make a well-informed decision. They're both great showing animals, but you have to consider the costs, training, and showing benefits. After knowing what it takes to raise, house, and show each animal, you'll be ready to make an educated decision on which animal to show next year at county and state fair. The first object of every shower's mind is the cost involved. Show pigs tend to accumulate a larger bill at the end of the summer. When first purchasing a show pig, the range for pricing is quite wide, ranging anywhere from $300 to almost $2,000. This varies for several reasons, but is mainly revolved around the breeder. The more respected and renowned the breeder, the better chance you could have of owning a champion pig. The second cost factor would be the housing accommodations. When you hear the expression, "you eat like a pig," or "your room is as messy as a pigsty," there's no exaggeration. Pigs are very messy and require their bedding to be changed quite frequently. Now, another cost factor to consider is the feed. This particular animal doesn't skimp when eating, and the adults can eat up to 8 pounds a day. A 4-H member also has the added cost of whips to show the pig with, body conditioner, shampoo, a clipper, and oils to make your pig shine. In our picture, we can showing a pig with a whip, keeping it up with its head up and constantly moving. Now to compare this all to sheep, when you're buying a sheep, the price could range from $200 to well over $2,000. The main reason for this is because sheep are not overbred, and it takes meticulous breeding practices to produce a show animal that's worthy of showing. Then, when looking at housing needs, sheep are not finicky and are prospectively not a dirty animal. But when looking at feeding this animal, you'd be surprised on how much this sheep could gobble up. Sheep will eat about 6 pounds of feed when fully mature. Sheep feed, like pig feed, are high in vitamins and protein, which leads to a higher feed bill at the end of the summer. But there is a leap of cost when considering the showing materials needed. A 4-H member only needs some generic shampoo and a clipper. But this is constantly on the mind of every member is the training. Training is the most strenuous task associated with showing livestock and is what deters many from showing animals. So when looking for an animal that will show and train well, there are pros and cons to each. Studies have shown that pigs have the intelligence capacity right below that of a dog's. This can make training significantly easier for someone who doesn't have time to dedicate to their animal. When instructing your pig, you have to try to keep it in constant motion, while trying to keep their head up and attempt to keep them calm. While on the other hand, sheep have to be kept quite still. Contrary to pigs, sheep have to be able to walk well and be able to set up in a stationary position. As you can see in my picture, the sheep is in no motion, with the handler handling it. Sheep are unintelligent creatures, and studies have shown that they have the smallest will to live. As one could imagine, this fact doesn't help when trying to domesticate this animal. The most ambiguous task is attempting to get the sheep to walk alongside you without stopping or having a panic attack. This takes hours a day, every day, for sheep to become accustomed to you being by its side. All this training leads to rewards for you showing your animal. All of this hard work and dedication leads to the ultimate goal of winning money to help you pay off your expenses. It is a well-known statistic that pigs will yield the most money when showing or going to auction. On average, pigs will raise you $300 to $600 at the county fair auction, whereas sheep will only raise $100 to $400. You also have a higher chance of placing well with pigs because there is a larger variety of breeds, and this leads to more classes and ultimately more premiums. But one should bear in mind that a pig costs more to get ready to show than a sheep, which is why the average for premiums is more for pigs than that of sheep. The age-old question of which animal you're going to take to state fair is one that occurs year after year. There are several factors that you need to consider before making this decision. Unfortunately, many 4-Hers are unaware of what it takes to show their animals and are, therefore, unable to make a decision. When choosing between pigs or sheep, the prospective forager must evaluate his or her choices based on the cost involved, the dedication to training, and which animal has the greater rewards when showing. And as my grandpa always says, an informed decision is a good decision.